Hello, hello, hello. Here we are once again. It's Tuesday night. It must be Tuesday night because I'm here. And if I'm here, I wonder if anybody's out there. Probably not. Probably not because it is early. It is early. No, there's nobody. There's no one around. There's no one around. Just me. Just me on me Todd. I'm going to have to figure out what to do for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes until it warms up. I mean, guys, come on, guys. You know it's 11 o'clock. You know we do this every week, but you just don't want to. You don't want to meet me halfway. Make my life easier. Ay. Let's close all these apps. I've got too many apps open. This poor old girl will start spluttering and making funny noises. So that's that. Is everything closed? Yes, everything is now closed. There's one person in. This is going to be a quick one, I tell you. I always worry. I always worry that no one's going to turn up. And it's going to be a quick one. Especially when, like I said, I've told everyone that I'm here. Everybody should know that I'm here. But I do believe a hot beverage is winging its way to the desk. Here comes a hot beverage. I found a load of coins.
Did you?
But they were all euros. I was so pissed off. I thought I'd hit the mother load, pay dirt. And I picked them up and I looked at them and they all had fucking euro written on them. So I put them on the wall instead. Yeah, I gathered them together and put them on the wall. Most annoyed. I found 10p the other night though. So I think the coins are coming back. I think they're coming back.
It's the notes you've got to find.
It's the notes, yeah. I haven't had that for ages. About 3 years since I found a note. Convincing? Of course he is. Be good to have some new people instead of the same old boring faces. Do you remember when you used to get new people in? It's the same old faces. I see it's going to be a quick one tonight, I'll tell you. It's going to be a quick one tonight. Six viewers, is that it? Is that all I'm... 5? Crikey, is that all I'm good for? Jesus Christ. I'm getting the message, folks. I'm getting the message. Mind you, let's make last week's one private. Private. Mind you, not many people watched last week's one either, so yeah, maybe people just had enough of me. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just pissed off all the Yes fans and all the Genesis fans and all the Pink Floyd fans and all the Roger Waters fans. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's happened. I guess I'll never know because nobody ever tells me, do they? And nobody ever tells me. They tell me nothing. Seven people in. Convinced that you had a new person in last week, but you didn't answer her existential question. What? Well, then fuck off then, can't I? Oh, have I done 10 minutes? Oh no, demonetised. Yeah, but you see, the thing is people ask stupid questions, and I'm not really interested in stupid questions. I imagine it was a stupid question, so it doesn't interest me. I want good questions. What was the existential question? I do not know. But at least this week I'm not crippled with a bad back like I was last week. Last week I was really in a lot of pain with my back, and it's been painful. I've been waking up in the night with it, which is good, but it seems to be easing off now. Again, every so often it freezes, it kind of seizes up, and then it takes about a week for it to loosen again, which is it's fun. I like that. But again, bad back. It's all part of the disease and the drugs I'm on. Great. I love it. More pain, please. It's only the pain that makes me realise I'm still alive. Zunk. Anyway. Existential question. Pinks is in. He says hello. And any yes fans who are still alive. Exactly. Is it still going? Is it going? I don't know. It's not going at all. It's terrible. It's awful. It's worse. This is the worst live stream ever. There's no one out there. It's very depressing. Very depressing. Kavitz says, unfortunately, she's a mate. Perhaps she wasn't prepared when I advertised you to her. Oh, God. Yeah, but... no. I don't want young people in. I want old people. I don't want young people in. What was her existential question? What was it? I have no memory of it. Zeb's in, and he says, halada. I think it's meant to be hello there, but... And he's got his caps on, yeah. John's in. He says, I'm still alive. He's hanging in. Is he a yes fan? Is he a yes fan? I don't know. Oh, God. And Cyrus is in. Hey, he's broken off from taking over at Hollywood to say hello. There we go. Oh, dear. I'll tell you what I've had. I think I might have had the vid this week because I had a sore throat and a bit of a runny nose. But I've been all right, you know. But it's bung around a bit. And it keeps coming back. But I haven't bothered testing it because I feel all right. But yeah, weird sore throat thing with a runny nose. Which kind of feels like a cold, but then doesn't. Do you think it's the vid? Do you think I've got the vid? God, it'd be cool if I did, wouldn't it? That'd be good. Renee says, still cold over here? How's it over there? Well, it was a bit chilly tonight. It was 8 degrees when I took the dog out. So I put my jumper on and my big coat. It was nice yesterday. It was pleasant yesterday. Bank holiday yesterday. And we had a quite nice walk around the district. Though, oh no, that was Sunday. It was nice. Monday, it looked like it was going to rain. It was a bit panicky. I'm getting my days mixed up. Sunday it was nice. Or was it Saturday? No, Saturday it was quite warm. It all blurs into one big dog walk. I don't know. But it felt a bit spring-like. And then today it didn't feel spring-like at all. It got chilly again. And I really don't care for it. I really don't. But at least the wind has died down. I mean, I felt like I've been walking into the winds ever since I got the new dog. You know, I blame her. Forget global warming. I blame the new dog. Because ever since we've had her, we've had rotten weather. Literally, the day after I got her, heavy snow. It's been bad weather since then. So I blame the dog. And I've been out in it. I only did 48 miles last week. Very disappointed. Pink says, your Opus 1 review reminded me I'd never listened to those first demos, so I went and streamed them. It's pretty good stuff considering how rudimentary they are. Oldfield is very talented. Exactly. I'd heard them. Again, wait there. Because this is May. We're in May now. And may it be a month of Oldfield? Because isn't this the month where it's the 50th anniversary of Tubular Bells? And so I'm gonna. Again, I don't like to say I've got a plan, but the idea is that I'm going to do a few Tubular Bells review type things, or I'm just going to burble about Tubular Bells, you know, in my usual lackadaisical, lackluster style. You know, I just sit and go, you know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Tubular Bells demos. Wait, don't move. You see, because on that, do you remember? Who remembers that? Yeah, there was a. I don't know if you can see on the back there. It says also features the original audio demos of Tubular Bells. Now again, people don't talk about this. Somebody, one of the commenters. Is it commenter or commentator? Commenter. I want to say commentator. What's commentators? Mentioned it, and it reminded me. So I dug this out and I went, yeah, it has. But they always say that they first appeared on that 2009 box set, but they didn't. It was there. On this, on the, oh God, was it 30th anniversary? Yeah, 2003, 30th anniversary thing. And I'm going to be doing a review of this. We mustn't get confused with this. Yeah, I think I've got too many copies of Tubular Bells. So I've also got the, I've also got, oh blimey. Come to daddy. So I've also got, of course, I've got that as well. Yeah. Got that. And then I found that, which was given away with the Daily Mail. Look at that. And then you think, wait a minute, I've got too many copies of Tubular Bells here. This is like was it in the Court by that band all over again when I had 13 copies of it. Don't ask. The kids still rib me about that. Hello. Oh, we can get some dog cam in. Dog cam. Dog's just entered the room. Dog cam. Hello. Do you want to say anything? Hello. You look like a rabbit in the headlights. Relax. You should be used to this by now. Oh, she's looking around thinking, uh-oh. What's this all about? Oh, she's gone. That was it. That was scared her off now. What was I talking about? Tubular Bells. Oh, you're back again. That was quick. How'd you do that? You she's run out again. So those demos are good. They're again, if you've ever done any audio recording of yourself, if you've ever done any, I mean, like I say, I talked about 4-track recording, and you realise just how hard it can be to get a good clean sound. Again, I imagine that a lot of what he was doing was like DI, because again, Oldfield. The interesting thing about Oldfield is he doesn't use amps or effects pedals. A lot of his guitar goes straight into the desk. You know, that's why he gets that sound he gets. It's quite interesting, and you can hear it on those demos, and that's what's remarkable. Again, with my rudimentary audio recordings, you know, you hear a quality, not a musical quality, but a sound quality quite quickly, because you layer stuff on top of each other. It becomes a bit of a muddy mess, you know, using sound on sound techniques. But again, with those demos, Oldfield's done it again, and he was adapting a tape recorder that wasn't actually meant to be for that kind of recording, and that's what makes it even more fascinating and interesting that he managed to to do it very, very good. Very, very good. America says yes. Sorry. Zeb says, define old. I'm soon 42. Is that old enough? Yeah. Anyone who's, I don't know, older than 30, I reckon. Don't need children in. America says that last song was so rubbish. I don't know, people seem to like it. I think I've upset some Yes fans. Some of them are a little bit militant, a little bit weird. And they have a go at me for liking Union. I like Union. I really do. Because it was released at a time when we didn't have the internet. And when it came out, we thought it was actually like a proper Yes album. We didn't know what went on behind the scenes. And people, again, that's the really interesting thing about Union. Is I imagine those that like it probably like it because they came to it without any prior knowledge. And the ones that don't like it probably don't like it because they got, you know, the skinny on what happened at the recording studio. So I find that interesting. But no, again, Union, I played that a lot on the way to university and on my little Discman, and it got me through. Because it was like an extended CD, it got me through a lot of the train journey, so that was a good thing. But yeah, we got this this new album from Yes. I think it's out this month as well. Oh God, I can't keep up with all this stuff. I really can't. Yes. What's it called? Stars? Something in the Stars? Cut from the Stars? Yeah, that sounds about right. Is that what it's called? Was it called Mirror to the Sky? Mirror to the Sky? Or Cut from... Oh, I get confused. Mirror to the Sky. That's the title. Oh, God. 19th of May. Right, okay. So... That's the week after the new Zelda game comes out. There you go. Well, I'll be streaming it. I'm sure it's very good. I'm sure it's very good. Dan says, even Darren, not a Hellbound fan, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, you know, it's... I've got to be careful what I say, otherwise I'll further alienate the Yes fans, along with the Marillion fans and the Genesis fans and the Roger Waters fans and the Pink Floyd fans, and, you know, and all the other fans. Tom says, indeed, it was pretty rubbish. Sorry says, yeah, I wish my films got into more in-person festivals. Well, you know, keep going, keep plugging at it, you know. You just got to keep, it only ends when you end, you know, so you got to keep at it, you know, and you might not necessarily get success now, but I don't know, 20, 30 years time, it might suddenly happen for you, you know. You never know. You never know. Or, you know, which I expect will happen to me posthumously. The day I die is when everyone will start listening to my music. But not in a Nick Drake kind of way, in a God, he's a cunt kind of way, I imagine, and they still hate me for it. But keep it going, you know. And at least you're getting work now. You got your job, and you can always do it as a hobby. You know, again, thing about any creative pursuit is it takes time and money, and you can't do it when you're poor. You know, a lot of this stuff. So maybe just, you know, keep plugging away at it at the weekends, or, you know. You never know. You never know what might happen. Convinced says, her question was, would you rather survive in space or underwater? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because you couldn't survive in space and you couldn't survive underwater. Because you'd die in a vacuum of space and you'd drown. It was a dumb question. You can't survive for a month. It wouldn't happen. I didn't understand the question. I need more parameters. Have I got a space suit? You know, have I got breathing apparatus? You know, is it a pressurised container I'm in? I need specifics. I can't play the game. I can't play the game, can I? John's agreeing with Dan. Convinced says, more of an environment question than existential, to be honest. And John chooses space, and he also says, it's all the wind from your dog. There's no, dog hasn't got any wind. It's not like Alex, who used to sit under my desk and fart. Those days are long gone. She's on the sofa now, but I'm not going to point the camera at her because she's just going to run away. Zeb said, if you had to buy the new Jethro or the new Yes, which one? I'm guessing Yes. Well, no, because at least Jethro Tull's got an original member still in it, so it would be Jethro, actually. I'd probably, if I had to, if you held a gun to my head and say buy one, I'd probably buy the Jethro Tull one, because at least Ian Anderson is still doing, you know, what he does. You know, and he hasn't got, you know, and again, oh, crikey, he is the musical DNA that runs through that band, so it's going to sound like that. My big objection with this iteration of Yes is it sounds like old Yes. You know, whereas, again, if you compare it to, I'm going to say again, Drama, or 90125, or Big Generator, or ABWH, or Union, or, trying to think, what's the other one? You know, Magnification, or, you know, they were doing different things. They weren't trying to keep going backwards, if you know what I mean. Whereas this one, it seems to be, very much a nostalgia act, But I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. I just find it a bit tired, I find it a bit tired, and I think they need to get rid of Jeff Downes, because the thing about Yes is when it has a good keyboardist in there, whether it be Wakeman or Mraz, that's it really, because all the other keyboardists were a little bit, I think you do need a strong keyboard presence to lift it somewhat, and Downes isn't stealing enough music. I mean, borrowing enough music from his tape box. Cyrus says, but yeah, got a wind. Coachella was pretty fun, especially I've seen Wet Leg. Yay! Idris Elba, Gorillaz, Sunset Roller Coaster, Waze Blood, Alex G. Bjork. Oh no, it's Alex G. Bjork and Blink 182. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. That's what you young folks should be doing. And John says, after that last song. Pink says, Tubular Bells came out on the 25th of May, which coincidentally is a national holiday in my country. That's good. Maybe you'll get the day off. Malcolm says, the mixing was so bad. Of the Yes one or the Jethro Tull one? And John Malcolm says, I'm confused and I don't have a cat. Well, that's good. As Eb says, Tubular Bells released the same day as Faust 4, Gong, Flying Teapot. Yeah. Cyrus says, luckily Coachella's record store had Record Store Day records. Only one there. I wanted. John says, she said, am I getting paid for this appearance? I do not know. She treats this place not like a hotel, not like the other one. You're pretty active, aren't you? She's giving me the evil eye now. But I don't think there's any way I can turn the camera on her without her running off. You alright? Sorry says, about Record Store Day. The only record there I thought was worth getting was the anniversary issue of A Wizard, A True Star. That's by, was it Todd Rundgren? Pink says, I like many songs on Union too. ABWH is also fine. Yeah, me too. And John said, I had 3 tickets to Union. I actually saw Union twice. The Union tour twice. It was so good. It's their best tour. It was their best tour. And it was such a celebration of the music. It really was. That we went again. And again, it was those days. I think the tickets were something like £14.95 or 15 quid or 14.50, something like that. So we could, even as poor students with the arse hanging out of our trousers, we could still afford to go again back in the day. And we saw it. What was it, on the Friday and the Sunday? I think it was, because they played 3 nights at Wembley Arena. And it was good. It was really good. We saw it from 2 different viewpoints, which was cool. And it was a real celebration. There's never been a concert for Yes the same way. Well, and it won't be now because so many of them have passed, which is a great shame. Again, the worst thing was Steve Howe not allowing Peter Banks to play with them in America when he turned up. That's Steve Howe. He's a bit of a shitbag, isn't he? Kaz says, loved Union and still do. So do I. Pink says, I like Talk a lot. Sue me. Again, I remember getting that when it came out, and I was like, I couldn't. It was all right. It was all right, but I wanted more of that, kind of ABWH stuff, because I saw it had great potential. And again, even look, if Bill Bruford thinks it has great potential, then it must be true. You know, he thought that the second album could have been really good if they'd have been left alone. But record companies, they see pound signs, you know. And it was a great shame. Got political. John says, surmise how much drama can come from free tickets. Do tell. Pink says, I see what you did there. Well, kind of, I suppose. But there might have been drama. Zeb says, Zeb said, did you ever compare Fly From Me with Fly From Me Return Trip? If so, which one do you prefer? I did do a review of both of them, and I prefer the original because I thought the second one was very disrespectful to Benoit David. It was like they erased him and got rid of him and replaced him with Trevor Horn. It's like they wanted Trevor Horn in the first instance, and they couldn't get him. And I thought it was a bit unnecessary. That's just my opinion. I know some people prefer it. I think it was unnecessary. And and that's it. But I did do a review. Cyrus says, do you feel Soft Machine and Tangerine Dream should continue under a different name since all of their original members are gone? Like, yes. Well, again, Soft Machine keep going, and I don't care. I don't follow. I don't. Again, yes, can carry on. I just don't. I don't feel invested in it. As for Tangerine Dream, they could just set a synthesizer to go, you know, AI, to send AI generated MIDI to a synthesizer, and that could be Tangerine Dream, couldn't it? Oh, that's vicious. Yeah, I mean, Soft Machine, they were called, was it Soft Machine Legacy, and then they dropped it, didn't they? So we're doing that for a few years. Again, I don't really. I mean, I've listened to that one that I had out, and it was all right, you know. But again, it would have been better if they kept the name Legacy, because it felt like a legacy thing, you know, a legacy band. It didn't feel like there was anything particularly new, you know. And they're just all they're doing it is to keep music alive, and that's fair. That's fair enough. But I think they'd be better existing purely as a live, you know, than trying to put out music under the brand name, as it were. Because I think it's a bit disingenuous. I think, you know. Again, it's not like classical music where, you know, you get different versions of classical music, but it's still the composer who wrote it, but you've got different interpretations via the conductor and the various orchestras and whatnot. I think that's fair. But this, it's not like that. It's like taking a brand name and smearing yourself against it. You know, so, but yeah, again, John says, "Don't give up your friends." Do I? I think that might be a lyric actually. So I see. As much thanks to the motivation, Darren. Well, you know, I'm old. I've led a wasted life, and it's very hard to make it creatively. It's very difficult, you know. And the most important thing is, what is the most important thing? Well, if you're creative, it's something you do, like breathing and shitting. You can't stop doing it. So you're always going to be creative. But you shouldn't let that get in the way of, I don't know, feeding your kids or whatnot. So, but yeah, I mean, for you, again, being film's a tough gig to break into. Again, I know many filmmakers, you know, they start at the bottom as runners, and then, you know, maybe assistants, you know, then end up assistant, you know, doing photography, you know, assistant photography and all that kind of stuff. It's a hard gig to break into. But what you've got on your side is you live in a time now where you can make anything with a bloody mobile phone. You know, you've got that on your side. You know, as the technology allows you, especially with digital editing and all that stuff, to produce, you know, short films that you can put into contest without, spending lots and lots of time and money doing it. Again, I mean, think about films like take The Evil Dead. I mean, that was filmed over excuse me, many years, and took lots of money. And again, they filmed it when they could raise money and whatnot. And it took them a long time, but it became a success. Not instant, but become a cult success, and then it established Sam Raimi. Now imagine if Sam Raimi was doing this now, he could do it all, on digital. It'd be a lot cheaper and a lot easier for him to do that. So it's. But the thing is, Cyrus, is you might want to do something else creatively. You might take up writing or something else, because again, you obviously come up with the scripts for these things and whatnot. You might sit at home and knock out a novel or something like that instead. So again, creatives don't stop being creative. It just sometimes it flows in different directions. So just feel optimistic. Feel optimistic that you're that you've come out of school and you're working, and I think that's really, really good. I think it's really positive. Don't think of it as if you're not succeeding, that's a success. That's a chalk mark on the wall. That's a good one. Because it's very hard. It's very hard to sometimes get where you want to go immediately. Sometimes it can take a bit of time, and unfortunately, it's very often who you know, not what you know. So I don't know anyone. That's why I'm stuck in this corner. So all the things I've done, I've done off my own back, and I've not had any helping hands. So that's the hard way. That's doing it the hard way. Again, the more contacts you can make, and the more people that you can chum me up with, the more chances you have of making it. I've never been very good at that, so that's where it goes. Renee says, has YouTube changed their layout? Jesus, can't find your links anymore. We'll check tomorrow. Renee, I don't know. I don't expect anyone to find any of my videos, because I don't think YouTube likes me very much. I don't know, just subscribe, maybe. I don't know. Is that what you're supposed to do? Click the thing, click the bell or something for more annoyance. I don't know. It's tricky, isn't it? It's a funny old game, and I can't understand what it is anymore. Tom says, didn't they have a keyboardist with touchy issues for a while? Honk honk. Oh yeah, Igor Koroshev, the Russian fella. Yeah, and then that's when they got the orchestra in. What could possibly go wrong with that? Tin says, Darren, no quarter is Zeppelin at their most proggy. Agree or not? Oh, Zeppelin aren't prog. Zeppelin aren't prog at all. There's nothing progressive about them. Because as musicians, people ain't going to like me saying it, they're not that sophisticated. Jimmy Page isn't that sophisticated as a guitar player. It's not something I'm saying I don't like what he does. It's just some guitarists are more sophisticated, and they're a bit like who are they like? I'm trying to think of a comparison. They're like the Rolling Stones, not very sophisticated, And the person that was sophisticated ended up in that swimming pool face down. So, nah, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Cass says, thoughts on the band IQ? You don't want my thoughts on them. Let's just say I once caught myself in my zip once, and that was more pleasurable than listening to an IQ album. Convince says, when are we getting a cool hip new chart topping prog band to finally replace current? Yes. There isn't one. Tom Pink says, never. That's done and gone. John says, yes, I've done festival films. Yes, I've done festival films of our own. I thought he said yes for a minute. The big companies have taken them over. Okay. Convince says, I make my own AMVs, that's anime music videos, but not for the subs. That's a kind of artistic creative expression. I like pairing up songs with videos that suit each other. It's a thing, isn't it? That's the thing about digital editing, digital technology. You can do what you want. But why don't you go out with a camera, convinced, and film some footage and cut that together rather than using other people's pre-prepared footage? That's the next step up. Do it, I dare you. Go on, double dare you. You got a phone? Go out. I know. Just photograph whatever you see around you in your environment, and then choose. Was it a song? Is it a song that you like, and cut it to the song? That's a test of your skills. John says it takes about $100,000 to $250,000 or pounds to have a contender. I'm writing a TV series. That's good. I have an idea for a TV series. It's a comedy series. Yeah. But Vince says, how's the Coffee Time second channel going? It's not. I forgot about it. I'm putting everything on Twitter and Facebook now instead because I can't be bothered with YouTube. I can't be bothered because YouTube's just too much. It's too much time and effort. But thanks for reminding me. I must delete the channel, or at least take the videos off the channel. Thank you. I'll do that now, actually. Maybe I can hide it, and we'll never talk about it again. It's just I'm not very good at having multiple channels. It doesn't interest me. I find it a little bit boring. Let's see if I can do that now. Let's see if I can multitask. Is it settings? Channel. Is that what I want? Advanced settings. Manage YouTube account or remove YouTube content. Oh, yeah, that'll do. Doink. Doink. What have I done? What am I doing? Oh, okay. Okay, or you can delete the content. Fully will be deleted. Any post descriptions? Oh, that's weird. What was this channel before? Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe it'd be better if I just wait a minute. Oh, that's taking me to the wrong channel. Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, enough of that. I'll look at that another time. In fact, let's just delete the video. I can delete the videos. There you go. Boink. And then more actions. Delete forever. Bye bye. Bye bye. It's gone. They've gone forever. Gone. And then let's delete. I can leave the screen. Customization. I can change the time, change the name. Branding. Remove that. Boink. Remove that. Boink. Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for now. Tin says, recently listened through the full Black Sabbath discography and was disappointed to see you had no videos reviewing them. No. Tin says, I agree, Zeppelin isn't progressive, but no chord gets close. Could have been on Foxtrot. Doubt it. John says, love comedy. Yeah. Convinced says, I've got a phone with a broken camera and effed up storage. My surrounding area is grey and monotonous. Chernobyl? You live in Chernobyl? Wow. There's loads of stuff to be photographed around Chernobyl. There's loads of things. You've got all the nature, you know. Wow. It couldn't have been innovative. It's boring. It's all boring. YouTube's boring. I only make coffee time for the missus anyway, so. Oh, because I know I've got a captive audience there. And she says, are you going to do coffee time? So it reminds me to do it, you know, because nobody else likes what I do, so that's it. My time here is done, you know, and I do this because, well, it's something to do in it until I get bored with it. And I'm getting bored with it. It's getting boring because 26 viewers, crikey, I remember when we used to get up to like 50, 60 viewers. You see, people don't like me anymore. They just don't like what I've got to say. They're just not interested. That's fair enough. Everything has its time. I appreciate that. And like I say, there's no, again, all the live streams, there's no money to be made because they instantly, what do they call it? I forgot what they call it. Restrict monetization. They say, I've got to pull it up. They go, yeah, limited ads, ad suitability. And it says this video may earn limited or no ad revenue due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. I get that on every live stream that I do. Before I even open my mouth, they flag every live stream I do with this, with the limited ads thing, right? And again, you can see it. Let you peek behind the curtain. Here we go. This is tonight's one. We're doing this live. Oops. And there you go. Look, see, limited ad suitability. And how do they know? Because, yeah, it's ridiculous. And so then what I do is I've put in an appeal at the end of the live stream. I'll put in a request, and then maybe 2, 3, sometimes a week later, they'll say, oh, it's fine. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes they say there is questionable content in my live streams. It's happened to one of these when we were just talking about nothing. And they don't tell you what you've done wrong. It's just you've done something wrong. And it's a bit like an abusive relationship. You know, so it's very hard to, you know, do anything with these things. I do this out of love, you know. Well, because I know some people enjoy it. You know, again, if you've got even if you've got an audience of, I don't know, 10 people, it might be worth it because it might, you know, it might help somebody who's going through a bad time. I know it has helped people who've gone through bad times, so that's why we're here. I see it as out of a sense of duty more than anything else. But YouTube doesn't play fair, and it hasn't played fair for an awful long time. And you know, some people get loads of views. It's the same content, you know. But again, I don't know if it's the algorithm or maybe it's just what I do isn't good enough. I do not know. Nobody tells me. Well, they do. They tell me I'm shit and I'm bald and I'm ugly. I'm a fucking idiot. They tell me that. But I think I need to like smoke, you know, blow smoke up everybody's asses and say that everything's great. And then everyone will love me again. But I've never been like that. So, but no, I mean, again, it's very difficult. It's the YouTube thing. All social media is a con. You know, none of it is real. You know, and it's all highly manipulated. And that's what it is now. That's why there aren't any real viral videos on YouTube. When was the last time you saw a viral video? You don't. What you just get is they feed you stuff that you already like. That's it. That's how it works now. In the past, you used to get all sorts of things. Now, It's very, very limited in what they do. Kevin says, I don't live in Chernobyl. It just looks like Chernobyl. I'm up north on the coast. The coast? Well, then you got the sea. Crikey, you could just video the sea and the waves breaking. I don't know, fishermen. I don't know where you are. You know, maybe there are seals on the beach. There's loads of things you can do. Just be creative. You know, don't be parasitical in your creativity. You know, the reason that you don't do it is because you're scared to do it. The reason that your phone is broken and you've got no storage, those are excuses for not doing it. For if you were truly creative, you'd go out there and you'd do it, instead of, like I say, having this parasitical relationship, very easily editing other people's footage to music. I mean, it's, you know, yeah, whatever. Do what turns you on, man. Tin says, I'm going to beat you to it. Ta-ta. Oh, no, you've gone already. Oh, blimey, John's given me money, and so is missing remote. Jesus Christ, where were you hiding? Look, I wasn't grifting for money, and I'm not, you know, I'm not doing old woe is me. I'm just explaining the way things are. You know, for some people, YouTube is very good, and for the rest of us, it is a hobby. It really is. It is just coming on here and you know, and giving your time. And like I said, I've in the past I've tried to build the channel, and again I could do that if I bought all the box sets and slavishly unboxed them, but I'm going to end up losing money doing that, and it's going to make me poor. I've got into debt doing that before, you know, and you know, it's not like people send me things. People don't send me anything to review. No. Oh no, you know, so it's all got to come out of my pocket, and you know, the YouTube money fluctuates greatly. You know, sometimes it can be good, and some it can be bad. You know, and you know, that's why it's really difficult to budget for anything. And I can't really say, oh, I'm going to get this. And anyway, there's no point in me unboxing things anymore because companies do it already. You know, I'd be just, you know, when I first did it, no one was doing it, and that's why I did it, because I wanted people to see what they were spending. You know, they could see the box set before, you know, it was out. So it was. Then again, this is back when box sets weren't as crazily as expensive as they are now, and I saw myself as like doing a little bit of consumer service. You know, helping you decide whether it was something you'd be interested in. But now all the record places they do it already. They do all the unboxing stuff, but they don't do it in my style, obviously. So there's very little point in me doing that, you know. So that part of what I do is over. It's finished. It's done, you know. So that's not going to grow the channel. A lot of people like that shit, and they like to live vicariously through other people, but you know, there's not a return on that. So I can't really, you know, I'd be a fool to do that, because, you know, unless I'm buying something I actually want. But there are very few box sets. I don't buy box sets anymore. I don't. I see them, I go, not doing it, because they just end up on the shelf gathering dust and then being sold on. You know, so you know, it's not something I'm interested in. It's, you know, I don't know what I'm interested in. I've got a new Penguin Cafe album coming out. I'm interested in that. Pre-ordered that. Yeah, so it's not that bad. And Cass says, we all love you, Darren. Well, I love you all too. So there we go. Convinced says, crikey, we've got 2 wannabe Thomas Kings. Yeah, Thomas King, that was a weird period, wasn't it? That was weird. They just come and they go. Convinced says, I don't do the editing for myself. I don't put out most of it out there. My own pleasure. Yeah, but wouldn't it... Why is that? Ask yourself, why is that? Are you scared to present what you do? Look, be creative. Unlock your true creativity, you know. And that's the thing now. We live in a great time where you can do almost anything you want. You know, crikey, you could record an album on a mobile phone. I mean, there's one guy I know who puts out music. He can't even play, and he records it he draws it using the piano roll, and he gets more sales and more listeners, you know, more fandom than me. And boy, that stings. Not I'm jealous, but you know, when you put time into learning an instrument, you know, and you try hard to, you know, create new things, and someone comes along and just draws notes on a graph, you know, and puts that out, synthesizer style music, and you go, that's not fair. I learnt bloody instruments. But that's how easy it is. Anyone can do it now. There's a real democratization of the arts, you know, and that's a good thing. It is a good thing, but it stings a bit when you're a mediocre guitar player like myself. So you know, it's my fingers. My fingers are too short. I'm jealous of my son's fingers. My son's fingers are very long and slender, but he's not interested in music. And it's like, you're wasting those fingers. You could be a great pianist or a great classical guitar player with those fingers, not my little stubby sausages. You know, I've got trump hands. That's not fair. It's the worst insult you can be called. Trump hands. Jesus Christ. John says, I'm just supporting you. Well, it's all right. Well, again, you know, if you can do it, do it. And if you can don't. You know? And I'm eternally grateful for those who do turn up and those that do support me. Just by turning up, I'm grateful for those that do throw money in the pot. You know, it's all good stuff, isn't it? It's all good stuff. Oh, but there we go. YouTube is a funny game, and I often ask myself, you know, why am I doing this? I used to remember it when there was a real passion, you know, when I'd make a video and I'd upload it, and this is back when the internet was still a bit slower than now, and I'd let it upload, and I'd go and collect the kids from school, and I'd rush back, you know, to see if there's any views and whatnot. And nowadays, you know, it's like, you know, it's different. That kind of excitement is gone, you know, unless I'm slagging off Roger Waters. But even then, you're lucky if a video catches, if it takes, you know, a lot of the time. And again, the albums I like, nobody watches those reviews because they just want me to make videos about, I don't know, Black Sabbath or something. You know, but I bet those don't get any views either. Lucky says, what did you get for record store day? Well, I've already covered one, which was Oldfield's Opus 1. There's a review of that. And the Forever Voiceless by Eno, which I'm going to do a review of tomorrow, because I listened to that today. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I could afford. And even then, I couldn't really afford that, because it was about over 60 quid by the time you put, well, heading towards 70 quid, I think. Yeah, with postage. It's an expensive hobby now. It's an expensive hobby. And I resent that. Like he says, AI is changing things rapidly. And John says, is it? Missing says, I showed up late for the show. Do you have a note from your mother? Remember, AI is changing everything. It's great. We're all going to be what's the word? Fucked. Have you not seen those science fiction films where, I don't know, machines become sentient and then take over the world? Well, we've already planted the seeds of that. It's going to be great. Meanwhile, John says, my class is starting. Have a good one, evening. Same to you. Have a good day in class. When he says, well, the things I put out for my own viewer, my one viewer who likes that, nobody watches, so I'm discouraged. Yeah, but look, make something else. Do a narrative. You like film. You like Studio Ghibli. You know? You like that. Write something. You know, try. This is what I was trying to say to Cyrus. I don't know if he's still on. But sometimes your creativity will take you in different directions. And whilst you're doing this one thing, there might be something else in you trying to get out, you know. There might be a writer or a musician or a painter or something. You could just be, toodling along doing this for your own amusement, but there might be something else in you waiting to get out. What I'm saying is don't limit yourself to this. Try and do many different things. You know, and nothing. They don't have to be successful. That's the thing. Remember, success is buried in the garden of failure, and you don't have to need a big shovel. Now look at me, eh? So, no, my point is don't limit yourself. You know, try and do different things, and you never know. If you're young, you might make a success of it. Like he says, I liked your honesty about yes, brand name only. Well, it is now, isn't it, really? And people go at me, they leave me comments like, someone called me a troll. Like I'm a troll. And I said, well, it's not my fault. They keep putting out such terrible music. You know, I don't like doing negative reviews. I don't enjoy it. I get because I know I'm going to get a load of kickback, right? I know that I'm going to get a load of people just being really pissed off with me. You know, I want everything to be 5 stars. I want everything to be amazing and remarkable. But it rarely is these days, you know. But there's a lot of fans, again, crikey, go and look at, just go and look at some old reviews of music, you know, for music in the UK music press. And that's where I grew up, reading, you know, old reviews. Well, they weren't old then; they were current. But like in, you know, Melody Maker or Sounds or NME or whatnot, Record Mirror, crikey. You know, so I think even Smash Hits could be a little bit acerbic, you know. And people then really hammered home, you know. And people now they wouldn't be able to take it. Would they? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Excuse me. You see, let me show you to the best Melody Maker review ever, right? There you go. That is the best review ever. You see, that's my generation. That's what I'm all about, that is. And I should be more honest like that. Trying to find the other ones. Oh God. So I did put some up on my Twitter. Some terrible reviews from the past. Can't find it. But I can't find it now. Crikey. Going back in time. Back in time. Yeah, like Mr. Agreeable, right? Mr. Agreeable was a great thing. It was a column. Sometimes it'd be in double page column. And it says, waking up on the living room floor where I crashed out several hours earlier with an empty bottle of Jack Daniels for a pillow. I tread in a pile of catstick en route to the letterbox where my weekly melody maker awakes. Therein I read that Tim Booth of James feels that his group have been taken for granted in Britain, blaming the relatively poor sales of Laid in the UK and the fact that James are merely victims of the latest pop fashions. If James had our own way, we wouldn't release another single in Britain. Fuck me till my pelvis cracks. If I had my way, not only would James never release a fucking single in Britain again, but I'd see it that Tim Booth and the other twats in the band that no one knows from fucking Adam were deported to Australia on one of the old fucking convict boats. Good to see you're taking your failure like a man, Booth, blaming Suede for the fact there's still piss all interest in you in this country these days. Nothing to do with that you're making the one samey shit record too many. And what's all this bollocks about fashion? The only reason James were rescued from the oblivion that were heading faster than a fucking greased pig down a chute in 1989 was because of the fashion or any fucking thing that came out of Manchester back then. Fuck off to Europe or Japan, where they're all still stupid enough to take has-beens like you seriously, you tossers. Now that, my friend, is a review. Those were the good old days. Now everyone's so sensitive. Mr. Agreeable. Go and look him up. Again, it was written by different people. It was a great column though, where he used to just slate everybody, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like he says, what do I think about Roger Waters re-recording Floyd's music? Pointless, but it's his prerogative, isn't it? You know, somebody said to me, you wouldn't be against it if Dave Gilmour did it. And I said, well, Dave Gilmour wouldn't re-record an acoustic version of Dark Side of the Moon because it shows utter arrogance and contempt for his bandmates. But no, he's entitled to do it. I won't be buying it, and it will be shit. It will be. It will be shit. Sorry. But again, anyone's got any artist has got any right to re-record their music, but many bands don't. You know, it's like we've had this conversation before. It's like Peter Gabriel, re-recording The Lamb, or Phil Collins re-recording Invisible Touch, or Mark Knopfler, re-recording Brothers in Arms. These classic albums are classic albums, and that's it. Do a live version, maybe do a live tribute or whatnot and release that. That's fair enough. But to go in and redo it and retool it and then add bits because you don't like the bits that are already there, but that's his prerogative. That's up to him. I won't be buying it. You buy it. I ain't buying it. Convince says, but time for the advice. It's a matter of circumstance, but I see your point. Well, I'm just trying to encourage you to, do other things. That's all. Just trying to be the voice of encouragement. That's all. But you do what you do. Enjoy it. Ignore me. I know nothing. Convinced it is a mad coincidence. The one with Vera is the girl who came into your stream. It's probably you. You are your own viewer. Rannis says check PayPal. It's over. It's on my phone. It's on the charge. I'll check it. Wait a minute. Oh, my knees. Oh. Aye. I have received £8.36. Thank you. That's very generous of you. See, you need this. This has got all my banking on. I'm now going to transfer that out of PayPal into my other account, and it's good. Face ID. It's very clever. 'Cause, I mean, it's 8 pounds 36. Thank you. That's very generous of you. See, you need this. This has got all my banking on. I'm now going to transfer that out of PayPal into my other account, and it's good. Face ID. Face ID. It's very clever. 'Cause, I mean, it's 8 pounds 36. Thank you. blimey, and they've taken their fee away from it, and they've left me with £7.71. God, they're bastards, aren't they? Everyone's on the make. Do. Yoink. 771. Next. I love that sound. That's the sound of money transferring. I'm easily pleased. But yeah, thanks for that, Renee. It's very kind of you. Woohoo. Lucky says, do you like Joy Division? Yeah, they're alright. Of course they are. I did cover Love Will Tear Us Apart on my other channel. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna post a link to that because I do have a second channel where all my music resides, because I thought it would be sensible to divide it up, and I get even fewer. Oh my god, my traffic over there is even worse. Did a video the other day, only got 72 views. That's disgraceful, Darren. Disgraceful. Why do you bother? I don't know. But yeah, this has only had 313 years in nearly 4 years. So yeah, enjoy. I like it. I recorded it many years ago though, when I was at the shop. So, because I did something called Bad Cover Version. Where'd I put it? I think it's on here. Search the site. Do. Yeah, 2010. I did something called Bad Cover Version, and you can listen to that here on my website. And I cover songs from Bowie, Kings of Leon, Fairport Convention, Tubeway Army, Adrian Belew, Beastie Boys, The Wicker Man, Eno, Spice Girls, Edwyn Collins, The Verve, Joy Division, Roaches, and Pulp. Enjoy. Convinced says he was a really pissed off reviewer. Well, Mr. Agreeable, again, like I said, many different people wrote it, I believe, and they just take someone, like they'd have a pop at Oasis or whoever head popped above the parapet, they'd just slag them off in the most delightful ways, and I used to enjoy it. It was funny. It used to make me laugh. But again, times are different now. People are very, bit more sensitive, because feelings and stuff. But you come on here, can't have feelings on here, oh god, I've lost the thing. Where am I? Missing Remote says acoustic. Lullaby Pink Floyd. It could be, couldn't it? Can you imagine? Michael says, do it. I've done it. Who's the young man in the video? I don't know. And Lucky says, how can I give you dollars? Well, you can do it here. Oh crikey, I've got to figure out how do I do the thing? How do I show you where I am? You can do it via this if you've got it. There's a look. This is where it's going to get a bit weird. It's going to get weirder than usual, right? You can. Oh god, where's the? But there it is. Right, if you've got so this is where it gets odd. There's a little. Oh Christ, get it right, Darren. Oh, it won't go up. I can't get it to go up. There's a... you son of a gun. There's a... Imagine just here. Let's see. Show your support. There's a little dollar sign. You can do that. Alternatively, what else can you do? There is another. Yeah, here you go. Here's a link. Copy link address. You can do it via PayPal here. No, that's not right. Oh, God, stupid link. Now I've got to type it out. Oh, why don't let me just copy the link. PayPal.me.paylog. You can give money there, but, you know, that's no way to do it. Thank you. Convince says, you know that disgraceful means this is graceful. Okay. Right, okay, that's all right. Yeah, hey, back to normal. Whew. Right. Hey, back to normal. Oh, there's an Ed Sheeran documentary on Disney Plus from tomorrow. That'll be good. Oh dear. What else have we got? Anything else happening? I think I've lost a few viewers. But yeah, I was listening to the. Oh wait a minute. Are we done? Any more? That's my line. Got it. Okay. Cheers. Yeah, I was listening to Eno one today, which was interesting. I think I might have played it back to front though, because it didn't have A side and B side on the label, and I tried to read the Run Out wax, and it's on clear. It's clear vinyl. It was setting me up to fail, and it was 5 songs on each side, so I couldn't even count the grooves to figure out which was the A side and which was the B side. So I think I might have listened to it back to front. But that was interesting to hear the Forever and Ever No More voiceless. It's going to be a good review. Cyrus says, oh wait, I thought you weren't supporting him anymore with his views on Russia. No, that's Roger Waters. It's Roger Waters I'm not supporting. Eno put out a single with Ukraine colours on. There you go. I think Eno's he doesn't want anything to do with it. And anyway, I could always sell them. Convinced said, I didn't know Brian Eno had controversial opinions on the Ukraine war. Well, he was in a live chat with Roger Waters and some other people who were taking the stance that, you know, oh, it's NATO expansionism, oh, the US, you know, it's all anti-West propaganda. You know, it's all our fault that Russia's doing what it's doing rather than, you know, Putin. He waited for the perfect storm, and that was COVID, the results of, you know, the COVID. Joe Biden getting into power, and it was the perfect storm for him to do what he did with, you know, with regards to Ukraine. But no, you know, it was funny because watching that live stream, you know, you could see his face becoming more and more uncomfortable because you could see the penny dropping as they were ranting and raving. Because you've got to be very careful who you support, you know, when it comes to an invasion. And Ukraine didn't invade Russia. It's the other way around. And people say, well, Nazis. Yeah, okay, Nazis. Thing is an autonomous country like Ukraine can have Nazis. It's none of your business. It's if the Nazis are invading Russia. You know what I'm saying? It's none of their business. You know, there are plenty of right-wing countries and left-wing countries and whatever else. But everyone holds up Russia as some great, you know, champion. Those people holds them up as a champion. Meanwhile, if you're a critic of Russia, you end up disappearing, going to jail, you know, being poisoned, falling off of a car park roof. And yeah, it's just a very strange side to take. And Roger Waters is, you know, to see him get up, you know, the UN Security Council and talk on Russia's behalf, it's like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen anything so fucking tone deaf in my life. And I don't think Eno's going to, you know, take part in any more of that, because he knows bad for business. He's smarter than Waters in that respect. He knows where his bread's buttered, and it's a shame, because I think if Bowie had been around, he'd have probably phoned up, you know, and give him a good slap over the phone. You know what I'm saying? Oh dear. Lucky says, oh, I like you make people mad. You make me mad with reviews, but here you are. It's who I am. I've always been like it. I make myself mad. I'm problematic. I'm difficult, because I can't lie. I don't have the ability to. And the reason I don't lie is because I know I'm very good at lying, because my father was a champion liar. He could convince you that night was day, and vice versa. And I know I've got that ability in me, and I choose not to use it, because boy, would that be not a good way. And I believe in the truth, and I believe it's a lot easier. You have a much easier life by being honest, you know, because when you lie, you have to tell another lie. You have to remember all the lies. And I like telling the truth, because the truth is consistent, you know. Or at least it doesn't bend too far away from what you initially said. You know, memory can play tricks on you and whatnot. I'm talking about like years. But you don't have to constantly be thinking about what you've said if you tell the truth. That's why my daughter's called Very. But Very's truth, you know. And I believe in that. And again, you know, if you do like music, and music's always been, you know, a passion of mine since I was, I don't know, 12, 13, possibly earlier than that, possibly about 11 maybe. Again, I always remember it back to the radio. Again, earliest memories is hearing Substitute on the radio with The Who, and just thinking it was the most amazing lyric ever, and just thought it was so clever. And you know, and I've never, again, when I used to, you know, be a member of Her Majesty's Press, I never wrote reviews of music. I did reviews of computer software and stuff like that, and tutorials and things like that. I always steered away from doing music reviews, because I thought I'd end up either hating it, you know, hating doing it, or I'd get censored. Because that happened with my computer stuff. You know, they put my reviews opposite the advertiser. They say, oh, you're going to have to tone down that review, because we've put an advertisement for the software opposite your review, and that 3 we're bumping up to 4.5. And that's when I knew that my job in publishing was over. I couldn't do it, because I couldn't be honest, you know. And that's why it's very hard, you know, to be honest in publishing or writing for magazines, because there's always somebody to tell you there's no space for me, you know, because I'd kill the magazine, you know. So yeah, but here I am, you know. And this is only because, I mean, crikey, if you peel it back, the only reason I did this was because I used to write the odd review on my website, and I was getting, Google changed the algorithm, and my website just died. I used to get some decent, you know, stats and decent traffic and people leaving comments, and then one day it just stopped. And I thought, well, Google and YouTube are the same company. What if I do it on YouTube and maybe linked it to my website and see it? And that's how all this started. Before that, that was when I started doing that in 2011 when I finished with the shop and I was looking after the kids. Again, it was something to do. I had YouTube previously. Again, I started in 2006, I think it was, and I used it more for like performance, playing guitar and doing improvisations, more performance thing. And then I switched to doing the reviews. Again, I wasn't using YouTube for a few years. I wasn't doing it when I was busy with the shop and whatnot and kids. I didn't do any YouTube. And in 2011, like I said, I was at home looking after the kids whilst the missus was working. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. And then they allowed you to monetize things. I thought, well, it took me a year to get my monetization, a year to get the required subs and viewing figures. And I got it on the 29th of February 2012. And on the 1st of March 2012, they announced that everyone could apply. So it'd all been for nothing. And that's been my relationship with YouTube ever since, really. So I'm sorry I've annoyed you. But, at least you're still alive. You're still alive. Michael says, Michael's also given me some money, which is nice. He says, it's been a minute. Cheers for your content. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Michael says, I never tell the truth, but I'm lying to you now. Well, that's not good. Lucky says, seems like all your early musical heroes betrayed you. No, Peter Gabriel's still consistent. Peter's all right. Peter won't let me down. Well, again, I don't know if they're heroes. It's just you're going to fall out with people. You're not going to, the thing about Roger Waters is again, he's always our politics is the same. I'm a lefty. This is it, and a lot of what Waters says I agree with. Even over even the Israel-Palestine conflict. Again, you take a side, you're approving the destruction of the other. That's the problem I have with it. But I think that Israel should be because they are the bigger country and they've got the more weapons, they should push further to, to make a peaceful resolution. But it's never going to happen because the other side wants destruction. And so it's kind of a mutually assured destruction event, you see. So no one's ever going to win, But the thing I really have the issue with is the, Russia invading Ukraine, because Ukraine's an autonomous country, and they're trying to make it out that it's all some sort of US conspiracy, and you think, well, Putin must be a fucking idiot if he's fallen for all this, and it just makes you wonder. But it's the way of the world. It's always going to be this way until the aliens land, and we'll all unite and hate the aliens. All right, that's it. That's the only way we're ever gonna get over ourselves, as it were. Convince says, how's the like to dislike ratio? What, on the live stream? I don't tend to take any notice of it, to be honest. Because what's the point? They're only going to thumbs me down anyway, so I don't tend to take any notice. I'm checking it just for you. All right, let's have a butchers. 1 thumbs down. Probably usually ends up with about 5. So good, you asked twice. Zeb says, you had a shout out there the other day from Classic Album Reviews on the Yes Marita Sky video. Oh, that's nice of him. Well, he comes by. He is actually a moderator here because that twat tried to pretend to be him. And again, I don't watch his videos. Now, if he was reviewing guitars, I'd probably be watching him. Oh, I've got to talk about someone. That's reminded me. I meant to do this earlier and I forgot. But no, classic album reviews, he does his things. He's much more successful than me. Go and watch his videos. I'm sure they're much better than what I do. I don't watch them because I don't watch music reviewers. I don't. I watch guitar videos and stuff like that, and music production videos and movie reviews. I'll get it right in a minute. But no, he's all right. Go and check him out. He's always been pleasant to me, so I've always been pleasant back. It's nice. He's given me a little bit of a leg up. I've been singing his praises for years. So thank you, Classic Album. If you're watching, you're probably not. He's probably interviewing someone famous. But then it wouldn't be good if I interviewed anyone, because I'd only end up ruining it. Ruining it. Even though I'm a trained member of Her Majesty's Press, don't forget that I do have a media background. But no, it was very nice of him. I'm not going to watch it. So Lucky says fish. What about fish? Fish on Friday, because I'm a good Christian. What, you want to know all the people that had a go at me? Okay, well, Fish had a go at me. I'm banned from his gigs. Not that I'd ever paid to hear him sing. I mean, he couldn't hold a note in a bucket. So no, I'm not a big fan of him. Mike Oldfield I got blocked from his private Facebook page for telling everyone to be reasonable. I was actually being a peacemaker, and I got blocked. I got kicked out. Yes, I'm blocked from leaving any comments on their Facebook page. I don't know. And this goes back a long way, and we don't talk about that band. We don't talk about that and what happened there. Who else have I pissed off? Armando Gallo, pissed him off. He didn't like my review of his app, and he told me about it in the private messages, because again, Fish private messaged me, threatening me, which was nice. The guy who sings for Hackett, he called me a cunt on my birthday, which was nice. Didn't take that too personally. I'm sure there's been more, but it's what I'm here for, But anyway, I forgot. Bad news the other day. Again, somebody I've watched for many years, a fellow he has a channel called China Guitar Skeptic, and he was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, or ALS. It must have been about during COVID, I think it was. And again, you wish these people well. And like I said, I've been watching these videos for years. Fascinated, because he used to do looking at all these what's known as Chinese Gibsons, Chibsons, these, because they have factories where they reproduce very good quality copies of any guitar. You can actually order a guitar and they'll make it to order, and it will look like a genuine article, but it's a fake. And if the border security people, Her Majesty's or His Majesty's Excise and Customs get hold of it, they can destroy it, turn it to firewood, because it's a fake. But he used to review all those things and warn people about fake guitars, and he built his home studio. Very impressive. I was quite envious. Not really, but I wish I had the space to do. Our garden's over there, so I couldn't have guitars in a separate garden shed thing, because they'd be broken into and stolen. But and he built all that, and he was it was good. It was a good channel and good bloke. And yeah, he got diagnosed with this thing, and it was revealed last week he died. And he'd only put out a video the other month, and it really upset me, Because again, even though, I wouldn't say I'm a mega fan. I didn't watch all of his videos and didn't go on his live streams. It's just, I was selective and watched, and it was harrowing to watch his decline. That was the worst part of it. I did watch these health update videos, because you want people to, you want people to recover. You want it to be a cure. And that's the strange nature of these social media things. Well, they call it parasocial relationships that you have. And it really upset me because he was announced he passed, and he's got a family and he's got kids and everything. And yeah, and that was it. I was going to just talk about it tonight. I didn't think it was. I wasn't going to do a whole video on it, but I thought I'd just mention him and just turn you on. If any of you are into replica guitars and whatnot, go and check out China Guitar Skeptic. He won't be making any more videos, unfortunately. But he had some great stuff on there, and he really knew his guitars. And it's a shame. It's just it's not right. It's not right. These things that blight us, it's not right. And it makes my own aches and pains seem like nothing. So I stop complaining when I hear about things like that. Just, yeah. So what if my back's hurting and my knees hurting and everything's... So what? Doesn't matter. I'm still here, moaning. And that poor bastard, he didn't have a fighting chance, you know. Oh well. Comes to us all, doesn't it, really? But yeah, if you're out there, thank you for the content. It was very good, and I was very entertained, and I have great sympathy for your family. You will be missed. So that's that. Kevin says, what is water? God, it's got a bit depressing, isn't it, really? It got a bit depressing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I guess I'll be back next week, and we'll do this all again. Thanks for all the donations, all the money. It's very kind of you. I'm going to go and spend it all on prostitutes now, so I know where I'm going. And we'll do this all again soon. Remember, if you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. Ta-da.